My name is Matty Tamen. I live in Waterford City in the Republic of Ireland, and I write poetry. I'm inspired by the trials and tribulations of everyday life. I'm inspired by the resilience and determination of people to stand up to the difficulties they face every day. A good poem is one that is able to strike that chord in your mind that brings that aha moment when you think you're finding new ground, you're discovering freshness in those things that you have around every day. This collection of poetry was published in 2013 entitled Dry Tears. It was a collection that painted the pain and tribulation of the individual on his life's journey. Dry Tears was well received by the poetry community, and the feedback from the public in general was very reassuring. I've been inspired by many poets, but two especially come to mind. There's Dennis Brutus, a South African poet, who was able to paint the struggle and violence in South Africa in such a way that it inspired in you the zeal to stand up against injustice. I'd also mention the Ghanaian poet Mensah, who was able to explain the simple things of life in such practical ways that they brought in new meaning every time you read it. My best and most memorable poems are those that I've lost. Those that struck such a perfect melody of thought in my mind, but never came down on paper. The unforgettable poems in my collection are those in my heart. The first collection, Dry Tears, was about the struggle of the individuals. My intention in the second work was to break the boundary between the individual and his community. The backbone of Upon Your Agony is an attempt to understand the subtle role the individual has to play in shaping his community in any circumstance that he finds himself. Upon Your Agony challenges us to participate in our community. The difference about the book Upon Your Agony is that it takes poetry into the challenging sphere of everyday life. It doesn't hesitate to touch on issues with political underlyings, with social difficulties, or with the challenges that stop an individual from participating properly in his community. Upon Your Agony doesn't shy away from controversy, but makes poetry relevant to the everyday challenges that we face. The second collection of poetry shall be launched on the 7th of November 2014 at 7 p.m. at the St. Patrick Gateway Center in Waterford City. It will be launched by John Halligantidi, who himself is a poet and politician. It shall be an evening of entertainment with music, audiovisual presentation, drama, and it will really be a conversation between the readers of the night and the audience. Diverse voices will be heard, and people will bring up their experiences in different areas of life to enhance the relevance of the words in the poems.